And that's exactly why one of the first people I called was Julia. I'd met her up in the States. I had a little chat to her up there, and I hopped on the phone when I decided to run this event. So that's why Julia's flown halfway around the world to be with us and share her secrets with you. Could you please welcome her to the stage, please?
What's your name? Jenny. It's 3 women. What's up with that? We have any men who think you're going to learn something this morning? A few of you? No, said Pauline. No. I am here to talk to you this morning about a revolution that is at hand. A revolution that is bigger than any revolution that we have yet seen in the history of human communication. To know what I'm talking about, who knows what was one of the first revolutions in human communication that ever, and I'll give you a hint, in 1440, yell it out for me if you know. What happened? The printing press, absolutely. In 1440, Johannes Gutenberg invented the movable type printing press. And what was important about that? Mass communication. Before, books had to be written out by hand, one at a time. And that meant they were very expensive. Now, they could be printed in large quantities, meaning that they were more readily available, they were less expensive, more people had access to them. And as a result, the world was transformed, right? It completely ushered in this era of mass communication that we are now in. But who was in control of the message? Who was in charge of what was being said? Think about that as we jump into the Wayback Machine, go forward 450 years, and what was the next big revolution in human communication to hit the planet? In 1896. Yell it out when you know it. The telephone is very close, but when I heard it, the radio, ding, 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 yes, for 500 points. A guy by the name of Guglielmo Marconi, an Irish guy, right? Yeah, Marconi, you think he was Irish? The thing that's significant about it, though, is that he was only one of at least 5 inventors and scientists who contributed significantly to the invention that we now know as the radio. But Marconi was the first one to patent his work. All the others had no idea what they were in the midst of creating. In fact, Heinrich Rudolf Hertz, who was one of the ones he's widely regarded as being the most significant in his inventions. And people asked him, what is the use of this amazing technology you've invented? He said, it is of no use whatsoever. Do you think that there are people today who think that social media is of no use whatsoever? And do you think that they might be completely and totally wrong? And that they're missing out on the ground floor of something as big as the radio was? Now, let's jump back ahead in the time machine, and let's go forward 50 more years. What was the next big revolution in human communication? Absolutely, the television. And in 1948, the first U.S. program, the first U.S. Television star was Milton Berle. And he was quickly followed by a number of other television programs that I think you all know and love, right? And as a result of all of this mass communication, from television, from radio, from all of the many books and magazines that were now able to be published, now the word was spread. Everybody had access to information. But the power, and specifically the power to make money with all of this, was still in the hands of a relatively few number of people, especially relative to the number of people that were receiving the information. What was the invention that it took to change that, to bring mass communication to the masses? Yeah, absolutely. In 1982, the internet came along. First, there was email, news groups. Did anybody do news groups? Usenet? A few of you remember that, right? And then, of course, the World Wide Web, right? And now everybody could have a website. But you still had to know some programming, you know, HTML and whatever all else. And it wasn't easy. It wasn't accessible to everybody. It took Mark Zuckerberg in 2004 to invent Facebook. And now everybody has an easy access to a mechanism to broadcast their message to the world. And in fact, in just 6 short years, Facebook has grown to a user base of over 500 million people. And that's just a staggering number to even imagine, right? And actually here in Australia, you can see Facebook, of the online Australians, 75% have a Facebook account. 34% have a Twitter account. And it's 70% that have a YouTube account. These are some amazing numbers, you guys. And the good news is that we in this room, we are at the beginning of it. Take a look at this.